So I'm not moved by anything you say. People have threatened, we'll bring your naked nude pictures. Oh yes.
Because of your involvement in this
yes.
case?
They've threatened to kill my wife if I don't stop the appeal and all that. And I said, well, then it means that they are aware that the judgment was bad.
Why don't you think about the safety of your wife? And
I am thinking about the safety of my wife.
So why don't you withdraw from?
We are thinking about it.
You're thinking about it?
Yeah.
Means that it may be possible that you may withdraw from the case. Now, briefly on Akosua Serwaa and Martin.
Very brief, because
we'll be very brief.
I've been advised not to talk about
We'll try to be very brief.
Exactly.
For those of us who are listening and who may not know exactly what the issues are, summarize for us. What's the core issue of your client?
Summary. In practice and when we went to school, we learned that when one marries under the ordinance, that person cannot under any circumstance marry a second wife because it's strictly monogamous. But if you look at the other traditions, in the customary marriage, you can marry as many as you can. Islam is 4. And all that. So this Akosua Serwaa issue came before me. It was at a time when President had allegedly instructed a lawyer to write to Akosua Serwaa that she's a divorcee and that she would not be permitted to play any role if they even give her the opportunity to be a privilege or something. Exactly. And
you saw that letter?
Yes. They tendered it in court. And so it was based on that. I advised that, okay, so the only way you can then assert your status as well is to go to court. So it's a straightforward matter. It is notoriously known that you are married to Lumba under the German civil law. And that is strictly monogamous. So we embarked on the trial. This issue of injunction came up because
you're referring to the injunction imposed on the funeral.
Because whilst the matter was going, they were earnestly preparing to conduct the funeral. We thought that if that happens, it may affect the urgency of the case. So we sought an injunction. Otherwise, the suit had nothing to do with the funeral or body of Lumba. You get the point?
Okay.
It had nothing to do with it.
When the injunction was imposed on the funeral, some were of the view that the actions of your client was subjecting the name or the legendary name of Daddy Lumba into disrepute, and that you're not giving him the honor that he deserves, and you are more or less dragging his name into the mud. And they felt that the legend did not deserve that.
The author of the letter should have thought about that. The woman was desperately protecting her status, and that was the only way out. So the one who wrote the letter, who dragged the name of Lumba, not the one who was trying to defend her position. You get the point? Because assuming that there was no such letter,
you wouldn't have reacted.
and the issue was about the two of them performing the widowhood, I mean, there would not be the need to go to court. But to suggest that she's not a wife, when she knows she is. As a matter of fact, if you listen to the history and the story, she played a very important role in making Lumba who he is.
Yeah.
But is it not true that the cracks of your case also sought to suggest that the other partner should not be recognized as a partner to Daddy Lumba? Why?
Legally. Because she cannot be a wife if indeed Akosua is married under the German civil marriage.
But we also read the ruling that, and the judge said you couldn't prove with evidence that indeed she was married to him.
That is the opinion of the judge.
You disagree?
Vehemently.
Were you able to provide the evidence?
More than. You see, I don't want to go to the merits now, but...
no, but that's the one that has already been dealt with. So that's why we are...
but we are on appeal.
Okay, I know.
You see, and I have made this comment. A level of, let me be charitable, misunderstanding in the legal practice. Look, before you can comment on a judgment, you should get the proceedings. Because you give evidence in court, and out of the proceedings, the court then take a decision on the matter. a court who is interested in going this way can ignore all the evidence you led. Because some of the evidence was on the media, and look at the judgment when we were cross-examining the head of family. The court didn't consider that necessary. Even gave credence to the evidence of the Bushman, somebody who said he knew nothing. I wasn't there. I don't know. I wasn't there. He said he preferred that one to our evidence. So if you take time and read the proceedings, you would agree with me. There was overwhelming evidence. In fact, the one who spoke, the witness of the second defendant, Odobroni, said that Lumba himself told them that he had married Akosua Serwaa under the German marriage, but it has broken down beyond reconciliation. It's different from having been dissolved. You get the point. And the law, you see, probably people don't feel like I do because I'm a lawyer. The law says that. The law says that even if they are married and there's not been a divorce decree, they could be apart 80 years. They are still married. That's what the law says.
But some think she abandoned the man when he needed her the most for 16 years, and so she couldn't.
That assertion too was very wrong, and it is it grammar or logic? I am living in my matrimonial home with my wife. We have 3 kids. And we are German. Both of us are German nationals. Then one party leaves the matrimonial home, his country of origin, let me put that way, and then travels to another place, and the court is saying that the one who stayed has abandoned the one who left. Is it possible?
But the court,
who abandoned who?
But the court,
who deserted who?
The court believed that Daddy Lumba was an Ashanti, and that he originated from Ghana, and so even though he may have gone through the legal process of attaining citizenship in Germany, it doesn't negate his citizenship as a Ghanaian.
Listen to me. Before you can acquire German nationality, you renounce yours, and we have certificate of renunciation by Lumba.
We do.
Yes.
And you attended that?
Yes, he had to renounce his citizenship in order to acquire the German nationality. And so, by birth, yes. By choice, he's a German. You get the point. So, to say somebody deserted another, the one who left the matrimonial home and their place of domicile is the one who has abandoned or deserted the other, not the other way around. You get the point. So you are telling me that when Lumba left his matrimonial home, the wife should have chased her.
Especially because at a point he was very sick, and some felt that if you're legally married to somebody, there is responsibility attached to that, which is to take care of the person, especially when the person needs you the most. Yes. And so your unavailability for some people is automatic, more or less renunciation of whatever connects them.
It cannot be. They had children, they had properties in Germany, and the best medical facilities are in Germany. So if you tell me he was here, because it cannot be. It can never be. The best medical facilities are not in Kuala Lumpur or Konfanoche. It's in Germany. So if Lumba relocated, he might have had another reason for doing so, not because he was sick.
Based on your interaction with your client, did she say she tried to get him into Germany too?
Of course. And he always promised that he was coming. Even when she wanted to come after 2018, when she last visited Ghana, she said she tried several times trying to come and say, oh, wait, I'll come. Don't come. But you agree with me why he said that. Because at that time, he was busily living with another person.
Does your client recognize Odobroni as Lumba's wife?
No. How can she? It would be an illegality on her part to do so. It's bigamous. Criminal offense.
Criminal offense?
Yes. For Lumba to have married the second wife, because he was married under the German monogamous marriage. In Ghana, if you marry under ordinance and you marry another woman, you commit bigamy. You'll be tried and imprisoned. It applies to Germany. So for her, as far as she believes that she's a legally married wife under the monogamous marriage, she cannot accept another one.
Finally,
she will be committing an offense.
Finally, before we go to Kennedy Airport, is it true that your client is willing to hold a separate or another funeral, let me put it that way, for Daddy Lumba?
No, that's not correct. The family won't, not my. You see, let's draw the line. She is a spouse, and there is a family. We have conceded that the body is for the family, and the funeral is for the family. As a widow, she has a role to play, and I can't cast her. You get the point.
So she doesn't have any intention.
No.
To hold it.
She would attend any funeral that is legitimately
held by the family.
Yes, but not. She cannot organize.
Spearhead. Okay.
No, she won't do that.
Janice.
Lawyer, please, I want to ask a little bit of a generalized question.
Okay.
So let's use this as a case study. So in the event where a man legally marries one wife and then marries another customarily, and the other party does not have any knowledge of his legal marriage to his first wife, what are the implications if the man dies to the second party, the one who was?
You are not a wife, you are a mistress.
So the law won't recognize you as a wife.
No, not at all.
You are not entitled to.
No, not at all. You are any child you
had with the man.
The man is a legitimate child. The child is as entitled to the man's assets as any child the man might have given birth to, including the legally. For the children, they are protected by the law.
But then the wife.
But wife, you get nothing.
Okay.
You see, so in the case of Odobrune, assuming they are peace or cease, she gets nothing, but she has 6 children with Lumba.
And the children are going to be protected by the law. Okay.
So the case you are appealing the ruling of the the High Court, correct?
So.
And when would the hearing commence, or it has already?
That is reserved for the court.
Mm.
In fact, appeal is a process, so they are working on it.
Mm. Are you not overwhelmed by the pressure?
At times,
as because some people, lawyer,
at times I get irritated, especially when lay people want to teach you how to do your work.
Mm.
And apart from that, comments are free. You get it.
You're not bothered.
No.
You have a very tough skin.
Yes, for me.
You're like your boss.
Like I said, I am transparent, so I'm not moved by anything you say. People have threatened, we'll bring your naked nude pictures.
Mm.
Oh yes.
Because of your involvement in this case.
Yes. They've threatened to kill my wife if I don't stop the appeal and all that. And I said, well, then it means that they are aware that the judgment was bad.
Why don't you think about the safety of your wife? And
I am thinking about the safety of my wife.
So why don't you withdraw from?
We are thinking about it.
You're thinking about it?
Yeah.
Means that it may be possible that you may withdraw from the case.
Why not? Everything is possible.
Interesting. Finally, the way that the matter was dealt with, the injunction on the funeral in Accra, I think Accra High Court also, a ruling was given, and then the judge, we are told that in his office also came back to say an amount should be.
He invited the lawyers, called them, got the register to go. They should come back.
Is it normal in?
It is not. It's absurd. It's unspeakable. You see, and to me, God did that to vindicate me.
So,
because if it were a normal case, and that would not happen. Such illegality cannot happen in a normal case. It shows. Do
you think there were some hands somewhere?
Oh, why not?
How
can a judge who has reasoned, in fact, he gave a reasoned judgment. Then call back and say that no, within 1.5 hours, do the impossible. Raise an amount of 2 million Ghana cedis within 1.5 hours. No bank will be able to assemble that money within that time. So it was an impossibility. Yes. I expected civil society organizations to make comments. You see, after that act, because to me, it will take years to correct that
anomaly.
Yes, because this case has some international semblance, so you can't deal with it as if it's just a local matter. So if the international community hears these things, what are they going to say about us in our judiciary?
Interesting.